Well, this is Randy, Philly fan, and restarting this channel. Um, let's get right into it. I would have liked the Sixers to keep the Lakers pick like everybody else, but it didn't happen. But you know what? Lakers can have lots of ball. I want no parts of that motherfucker. I mean, obviously his dad's the main reason for it. He's such a prick. But I don't get why his dad, man, just has this constant shouty matches with every sports report. Is this a gimmick? Like if this was wrestling, he's trying to be a heel? It's a gimmick, or is this how what he really is in real life? Whatever the case, I don't want the Sixers to get him now. The ball's a ball. The player is a jump shot. Looks unorthodox as hell, but he can pass. He can score somewhat. But man, I tell you, his dad's gonna catch a huge shot on Lonzo Ball's career because now you're gonna have a lot of guys. A lot of guys like John Wall and other players, one and Kyrie Irving have said, you're going to try to embarrass this kid, and this kid's going to get chewed up and spit out. And he'd already say he's already hated in the NBA and he hasn't even played a game and he hasn't even been drafted yet. But for Sixers, hey, Nick, Lakers can have Lonzo Ball. Go right ahead. The pick should be Josh Jackson. That should be the pick. Of course, I like to get Fultz, but that's not going to happen. Boston's not trading the first pick, guys. It's not going to happen. I wish it would, but it's not. Josh Jackson is not the perfect fit because obviously we all know he's not that great of a shooter yet, but he can pass. Obviously, he's a great finisher, great in transition, fast breaking. I've seen him play games. He can play. He can score in a low post somewhat. Not bad around the rim, scoring dunks and layups, and just find variety ways to score. He needs to work on his free throws. Obviously, he needs to work on his 3-point shooting. But his 3-point shooting was only 38% from downtown, which ain't that bad. This he can't shoot thing. It's just that badly in Kansas. Now, of course, he's going to the NBA. We see how he does there, but look, there's no player in the draft that comes in, 100% overall rating and they can do everything. There's not one player in this draft that can't do that. That has that, kind of pedigree going in the NBA. Look at the Sixers. I like Malik Monk. Obviously, he can score, but not that good defensively, mainly because of its height. He's 6'3". Josh Jackson's a pretty good defender. This is a kid who has a chance to be Defensive Player of the Year award. He should win that award a few times in his NBA career. And he fits what Brent Brown's looking for on defense. And as I say, just picture Ben Simmons running the point guard and throwing alley-oop dunks all day long to Josh Jackson, or him laying the ball up and in for an easy basket. But just picture how lethal the Sixers going to be in transition next year and for years to come. I'm not worried about Josh Jackson's shooting. I'm really not. Like, people worry about Ben Simmons shooting right now. Remember Joel Embiid in college? People say, hey, shooting's not a strong point, but he can play like a Hakeem Olajuwon on the post. He can score the points. He can block shots. Look at Joel Embiid now. Guy shot 36% from downtown. 36% from a guard. That's good. For forward position, that's pretty good. But for the center position, that's tremendous. That's great. So, Ben Simmons and Josh Jackson put in the work. They can become good 3-point shooters too, good mid-range jump shots. But the Sixers just have a bright-ass future, and, I've had my issues with Sam Hinkie in the past, He blew the 15th draft, drafting Okafor instead of Porzingis or Devin Booker, but I give him credit for 14 the year before that. It was not easy taking an injury-plagued Joel Embiid, who was going to be out for the season. It turned out, obviously, it was a great move. I just remember, people wanted Dante Exum. So I remember listening to WIP and reading the Draft Express and Draft NBA draft net and mock drafts, Dante Exum going to the Sixers, blah blah blah. And there were people in WP wanted Dante Exum all over the place. And I was like, there's something, I knew this would happen. There was something wrong with Dante Exum, that the fact that this guy played in Australia and, like, for some reason, he had a chance to go to college and passed up on it. But something, I think this was not a inkling, whatever, just I didn't like something about his game. And that is he can't score. Level competition, you're obviously as strong to this here, but it just didn't think he could score on the NBA level, and I've been proven right in that so far. 3 years at the Utah Jazz, but the pick should be Josh Jackson. That should be the pick.